life, we share our time. From all over the globe, we're changing lives. We put smiles back on the faces of friends, strangers, and neighbors who might need a hand. Yeah, we understand.
October 8, 1917. The first convention of the International Association of Lions Clubs opened in Dallas, Texas, in the Adolphus Hotel. Dr. William Woods was elected president, Melvin Jones was named secretary-treasurer, and authorized to establish a headquarters in Chicago. At the end of the Dallas convention, the new International Association of Lions Clubs had 800 members and $72 in the bank. November 1918. The first edition of the Lions Club magazine was published. It contained a copy of the Lions Code of Ethics, which required a lion to aid my fellow man by giving my sympathy to those in distress, my aid to the weak, and my substance to the needy. From the beginning, lions addressed needs in their own communities, but soon they were inspired to reach beyond their own backyards. Lions in Houston raised money for Belgian orphans in 1919, and Lions in New Jersey shipped food to starving Armenians in the early 1920s. In 1926, Lions established a Lions Relief Fund to respond quickly to disasters and tragedy anywhere in the world. The Quindio Lions Club used the fund to aid people in China when the Yangtze River flooded in the 1930s. In the early 1940s, Lions in Ontario and Quebec raised money for children orphaned by war through their British Child War Victims Fund. Having fun while helping others was also part of Lions from the beginning. A clothing drive for veterans led to an unusual sight of Lions parading down the street of their town. Lions grew from 800 members at the end of the first convention to more than 32,000 in only 6 years. Lions' mission to serve the blind began shortly after their founding in 1917, when they created jobs making brooms and checked students' eyesight in schools. But that was just the beginning. In 1925, 7,500 Lions gathered at Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio, for their annual convention. Helen Keller, accompanied by her teacher Ann Sullivan, spoke to Lions. She said,
"I appeal to you, Lions. You who have your sight, your hearing. You who are strong and brave and kind. Will you not constitute yourselves knights of the blind?"
This became a rallying cry and energized Lions to do more on behalf of people who were blind and visually impaired. Lions responded as individuals, as clubs, in partnerships, and as an international organization. Some of these early projects continue to change lives today. Houston Lion J.W. James, who owned a furniture business, was inspired to start employing women who were blind to make lampshades. Later, his club helped others earn a living sewing a variety of items. In Illinois, the Peoria Lions Club president noticed his friend, a blind newspaper stand operator, struggled across the street as he held his black cane. He thought that white canes with a red tip would be easier for drivers to see. His Lions Club convinced the city council to pass the first white cane law in 1930, giving blind pedestrians the right-of-way. The Boston and Manchester Lions Club partnered with Perkins Institute for the Blind to start Camp Allen in 1931. Named for Lion Edgar Allen, the director at Perkins, it was the first camp to provide outdoor recreation for girls who were blind. It led to Lions establishing similar camps throughout the world, such as Lions Camp Horizon in Blaine, Washington. In Michigan, the Detroit Uptown Lions launched a guide dog program in 1939 to help one of their own. When Glenn Wheeler couldn't get into a program, his fellow Lions created one with just $400 and a hatful of ideas. Known as Leader Dogs for the Blind, this program has helped thousands gain newfound freedom. Internationally, Lions have supported and started many other guide dog programs. In 1945, Lions opened the nation's second eye bank in Buffalo, New York. Since then, Lions have opened eye banks in many countries to help millions see again through corneal transplants. A division of Sight Life, our Northwest Lions Foundation, founded in 1969, has dedicated more than 45 years to serving communities in Washington State and across northern Idaho in order to restore sight and hearing to those in need. The Lions Health Screening Unit and mini units provide health screenings at no cost to school children and community members to assist in the early detection of health problems that could potentially result in the loss of vision or hearing if left untreated. Lions have collected, sorted, and distributed millions of eyeglasses to people around the world through the Lions Eyeglass Recycling Program and recycling centers, such as our Northwest Lions Eyeglass Recycling Center. Lions have also partnered with CARE, the Committee for American Relief Everywhere. Clubs in the U.S. and Canada have raised millions of dollars for hungry, homeless, and displaced people. Through our Multiple District 19, our District F Lions have helped provide clean water, education, and other assistance to needy people around the world. As Lions' charitable arm, Lions Club's International Foundation helps Lions tackle global problems and fund projects that are too big for individual clubs and districts to do on their own. In 2013, our Troy Lions Club received an LCIF grant for $50,000 to expand their fire department. LCIF awarded the first grant in 1972 when the Black Hills flood devastated Rapid City, South Dakota, and in the last decade alone has provided nearly $100 million for disaster relief. In 1989, Lions hosted a sight symposium where experts warned that the number of blind could double by 2020. Lions' response? Sight First. In the first 15 years, Sight First prevented blindness in 30 million people and restored vision to 4.6 million people at the cost of little more than $6 per person. Sight First has built, expanded, and modernized eye care facilities and trained thousands of eye care professionals to protect sight for generations to come. Partnerships with Special Olympics, Johnson & Johnson Vision Care Companies, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Gavi, and others have helped and continue to help LCI increase its reach and stretch its dollars. Establishing the Melvin Jones Fellows program was key to the foundation's growth. Many Lions became progressive Melvin Jones Fellows. Recent expansions to the Melvin Jones Fellows program are sure to help the foundation do even more for those in need for generations to come. Though much has been accomplished, the Lions remain steadfast in their commitment to serve as Knights of the Blind. They are determined that everyone have a chance to live life to the fullest. Just as Lions have responded to local and global needs for generations since 1917, Lions continue to grow and meet the changing needs of their communities and the world as they move forward into their second century of service. Our local Lions have a long history of caring for their communities and contributing to area, regional, and global needs. Whether through direct support, donations through LCIF and the Melvin Jones Fellowship, or through our regional foundations and charitable organizations, local Lions are generous and giving. You guys are great. Now, Lions Clubs International is accelerating growth and service opportunities, beginning in this, the second century of Lionism. Where there's a need, there's a Lion. We serve.
These are the faces of hunger, of blindness, of pediatric cancer, of a deteriorating environment, of diabetes. In every country and culture, no one is immune from the challenges of our changing world. But there is hope, What if there was one international organization that could help address these challenges? There is Lions Clubs International. Lions have responded to local and global needs for 100 years. As our next century of service begins, we will focus resources on 5 areas: hunger, vision, pediatric cancer, environment, and diabetes, with a goal of serving 200 million people annually by 2021. As part of this renewed focus, we will work to ensure no child goes to bed hungry, to answer Helen Keller's call to be Knights of the Blind by serving the visually impaired, to expand access to life-saving treatment for children battling cancer, and to protect our environment to make the world a better place for all. Lions and Leos will begin these efforts by striving to control the global epidemic of diabetes and assist those affected by the disease. To help meet these challenges, we will build on our tradition of supporting youth by developing new ways to engage young people as volunteers and leaders in all 5 focus areas. And Lions Clubs International Foundation will be there to support our service and create dynamic, lasting change where it's needed most. The world is changing. We must act today to meet the challenges of tomorrow. This new global focus gives Lions and Leos new opportunities to serve, new ways to unite service-minded men and women around the world, and new ways to meet the challenges of the next century. And just like the first 100 years, Lions will be there, working side by side as the global leader in humanitarian service. Let's embrace this renewed focus together. The world is depending on us.